and welcome back to Jumanji. Today we're checking out some common, important, and sometimes confusing prefixes, right? So let's start with the simplest one. When you have an unbranched linear alkane chain, we use the N prefix for normal, right? When you have one branched, when all but one carbon forms a continuous chain and that carbon is at the terminal end of a propyl group, isopropyl group, we call that an iso group, right? So here we have isobutane. You have a continuous chain, but for this one carbon here, right? And this carbon is at the terminal end of an isopropyl group. Now, for your secondary or sec-butyl or S prefix, right? When you have a functional group and the carbon that's attached to that functional group has two other carbon attached to it, we call this a secondary carbon, right? This is sec-butyl because we have the secondary carbon in a 1, 2, 3, 4, right, carbon compound here. For your tertiary carbon or your tert-butyl, right? When you have the carbon that's attached to your functional group, right, has three other carbons attached to it, we have a tertiary carbon. This is tert-butyl or just a T-butyl, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon compound, right? We also use the neo prefix here because when you have a continuous carbon chain except for two carbons, right? And those two carbons is at the terminal end of a tert-butyl group, we use the neo prefix for that, right? Now let's see if you can identify some of those prefixes and other functional group out of a compound.